Hello and welcome to What Culture Gaming. I'm Josh, joined today by Hair Goals Ash Millman because we have some news on the upcoming Until Dawn spiritual successor by Supermassive Games. We've all been waiting for them to finally do another horror experience, and they've finally announced, going to look down at my notes, Dark Pictures Anthology, which is going to be, the title kind of gives it away, an anthology series that comes out episodically beginning next year with Man of Medan?
Man of Medan.
Man of Medan, that's how we're going to pronounce it. I notoriously have no idea how to say any words ever, but this sounds really cool. It's about a group of teenagers, tell me if I'm wrong, about a group of teenagers who, and again I'm just going to read this off. Man of Medan is about 4 young Americans who set sail on a daring trip to find the rumored location of a World War II wreckage, and things go bad. Things go bad. If you've seen the trailer, there are a lot of ghosties and goblins about to get it. It's very Until Dawn in sort of taking inspiration from, I guess, sort of like Ghost Ship and things like that. It's kind of style of horror which you definitely don't see in gaming, and I am really excited about this. Ash, what are your initial thoughts?
I think it looks good, and I'm excited. After all the Until Dawn, they have released a couple of others, but it's mainly been for PlayStation VR.
Yes.
There's been Until Dawn, there's been Until Dawn like Blood Rush.
Which was cool. Yeah, Rush of Blood was actually a really good VR game. The rest that they've kind of put out, such as The Inpatient and I think it was Bravo Team, haven't sort of been to the caliber you'd expect from this studio, and they sort of have something to prove with this, but this is very much what people have been expecting them to do ever since Until Dawn shipped. I'm not sure how it's going to work episodically, but I like the idea that it lets them explore a lot of different genres sort of across, many different standalone games. You mentioned that you've got like 39 ideas for this.
Yeah, they said they had 39 They had 39 installments that they'd come up with that they wanted to include, but obviously it was going to take some time, is what they said, which 39 separate games would definitely take some time.
These guys pumped them out, but if you wanted to be like of a high quality, you want them to take some time. So we don't know what's kind of coming next, but it's going to start with this kind of, this Ghost Ship one essentially. And it's in the same vein as Until Dawn. You are going to make choices. There are branching pathways. They made a big emphasis in the sort of press release that these will be really replayable. So although they're going to be small chunks, you are going to go through them over and over and over again, making different choices and getting whoever you want killed. Because I like that about Until Dawn, that it was sort of, you weren't just trying to get like the people through the game, you were sort of the puppet master. You like kind of like the director behind them, and you're like, well, I hate you. You're going to get your head chopped off if I want to, which was really sweet.
The thing in like horror films and games and everything, they're always a bit of a dick, aren't they? So you're going to be like, you're going to be a dick, then goodbye, jump off the edge of this ship.
Exactly.
And I think it's 5 players having this one. There's the 4 Americans and the 1 skipper. So you should have 5 people to play around with, which is less than Until Dawn.
Yes, slightly, I guess, but it's sort of, like the same. Enough cast to get a few people to the end and still see some grisly murders in the process, which is awesome.
Yeah, exactly. They said there's going to be more branching than Until Dawn as well. So there's less characters, but more branching.
That makes sense, I guess, because it's a smaller experience, so I guess they can wrap up different. I don't know, it's to make a game like this is really hard to sort of like branch off and to try and connect them all towards the end. I think even Until Dawn gave you sort of like the illusion of branching pathways, but it all kind of came to one predefined center, whereas if you'd make a smaller experience like this, you get to go off in completely different ways and then wrap them up because it's sort of less time than a full 15-hour game or whatever.
True.
And this gives them, because I mean, Until Dawn had a lot, like we said, had a lot of different genres in that kind of, it worked, but it was sort of stretched by the end because it went into the Wendigo stuff and it went into like, you had like the Saw-esque things, whereas this lets the developers make these proper sort of different subgenres and make them well and dedicate their time to it, which is awesome. I don't know what else I'd like to see because I mean, this is already so out there.
Yes, I think it reminds me a lot, just the trailer reminds me of Triangle, that film where it's like all the people
I knew there was something.
That's what it reminds me of, like Ghost Ship definitely, and Triangle, so like a very Triangle-themed horror game would be so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that film was like, it was weird. But yeah, that would be good to be actually be able to play through, especially if I have all of that mind-bending stuff, which they surely will.
Mind-bending stuff. Because
it looks like there's supernatural elements and everything with it. Like there's that one bit in the trailer where like the face is being pulled down by a very spooky-looking man.
Spooky?
So that would be good.
It ended a really good jump scare where her face, it was like classic horror thing where she kind of pulls up and then it's like, burp, which is how all scares work in these games.
Yeah, that noise. That's definitely the noise of the scare. So, unlike Until Dawn, which was actually a PS4 exclusive, the losers that don't have a PS4, which is definitely not me, can actually get access to this without borrowing their friend's PlayStation. So you can play it on Xbox One, PC, as well as PS4, which is actually just quite nice.
You definitely borrowed someone's PlayStation to play this game, didn't you?
I did.
God damn it. So yeah, it's essentially going to be a kind of Until Dawn spiritual successor. It's going to focus on cinematic storytelling. We've already got Sean Ashmore of X-Boy and X-Man fame in there, who also starred in Quantum Break. So he's kind of making a name for himself in the video game realm, which is really cool. I like seeing him pop up because he's quite a good actor.
He's a nice
So yeah, I hope you guys are as excited as we are for this. I want Supermassive Games to finally make something as good as Until Dawn, and this has to be it. Either way, if you could give us a like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz, and head over to whatculture.com for more lists and news like this every goddamn day, we would bloody love it. Even if you don't, though, I have been Josh.
Oh, I've been
Ashes.
I've been Ash.
She thinks she's been Ash, and we'll see you soon.
Oh.
Bye.